Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, on behalf of ASEAN Business Advisory Council, I would like to express my welcome to all participants to attend the transfer ceremony of ASEAN BAC Chairmanship to ASEAN BAC Brunei Darussalam. Last year, 2020, it should have been the most challenging year for ASEAN BAC Chairmanship because of unprecedented pandemic COVID-19. However, I believe that ASEAN BAC have well done its job with cooperation and assistance of our colleagues and partners. Highlighted activities can be mentioned as follows. 1. Meetings and dialogues with ministers and leaders of ASEAN in 2020. ASEAN BAC dialogue with ASEAN Economic Minister in March. Special meeting between ASEAN BAC and ASEAN Economic Ministers in June. Dialogue meeting between ASEAN Business Advisory Council and ASEAN leaders at 36th ASEAN Summit in June. ASEAN BAC dialogue with ASEAN Economic Ministers in August. ASEAN BAC dialogues with ASEAN Finance Ministers in October, and so on. 2. Submission of report Pathway and Recovery and Hope for ASEAN by ASEAN BAC and JBCs to leaders of ASEAN, including of 225 detailed recommendations to facilitate and promote cooperation for responding to COVID-19. 3. Our ASEAN BAC 2020 Legacy Project, Digital Stars, Digital Startups towards ASEAN Resilience and Sustainability in the Fourth Industrial Revolution. 4. ASEAN Business Award, ABA 2020. Despite many difficulties in the context of COVID-19 pandemic, the ABA 2020 Awards was launched in July and very successfully organized, attracting nearly 400 businesses in the region to register. The ABA 2020 ceremony was held as ASEAN BIS 2020 Gala Dinner and was honored to welcome the presence of Standing Deputy Prime Minister of Vietnam. 58 businesses of over 10 awards categories of ABA 2020 were honored. 5. ASEAN Business and Investment Summit 2020 was organized successfully on the 13th of November 2020. The summit was honored to welcome ASEAN Chair 2020 His Excellency Nguyen Xuan Phuc together with 6 leaders who are heads of governments and states of ASEAN countries and ASEAN dialogue partners. In particular, it was the first time the Prime Minister of China and the President of European Council speak at the summit. In addition, the summit also attended by ministers, leaders of international organizations such as OECD, ASEAN Secretariat, World Bank, UNDP, JETRO, area, and CEOs of leading regional corporations such as PwC, Google, Gojek, BRG, Aberdeen, Standards Investment, HSBC, and so on. 6. And above overall, all ASEAN BAC meetings have been carried out in our plan with high productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to His Excellency Mr. Lim Chok Hoi and ASEAN Secretariat for the cooperation and facilitation in organizing ASEAN BAC activities. And Dr. Vu Tien Loc, Chairman of VCCI, for chairing the ABIS 2020. Madam Nguyễn Thị Nga, Chairwoman of BRG Group ASEAN BAC Vietnam, for chairing the ASEAN Business Award 2020. Mr. Pham Dinh Doan, Chairman of Phu Thai Group ASEAN BAC Vietnam, for chairing the ASEAN Legacy Project 2020 Digital Stars. ASEAN BAC co-chairs and all ASEAN BAC members for your active participation and support. Joint Business Council, JETRO, GIZ, ASEAN BAC partners, and so on. ASEAN BAC Executive Director Jean Gonzalez, Ms. Yuki Hong, and ASEAN BAC Secretariat and staff, and many others. I'm confident that the results we have achieved in the last year will be a springboard for the success in the coming years for ASEAN BAC. And today I'm very pleased to hand over the chairmanship to Ms. Siti Rosa Marianti Rahman, ASEAN BAC Brunei Darussalam. I would like to request all ASEAN BAC members and staffers to extend the support and cooperation to Ms. Yanti as you have extended to me in her coming chairmanship term. I believe that with her knowledge and energy and her excellent Brunei team, ASEAN BAC will have a lot of successful activities in 2021 to bring more prosperities to the region. Again, thank you, and I wish all of you good health, happiness, and very happy Lunar New Year. Thank you very much.